That really is lovely stuff. First class. Guess who's got a telephone? I'll give you a clue. It still isn't me, which is why it's fair to say I'm no longer a fan of orange. Bonjour YouTube. If you have a choice, baseball cap or a crown, to convey authority, yeah, we'll go with the crown. Ok, cette vidéo c'est en anglais parce que malheureusement personne français répondu dès la première partie, spécialement pas en orange. Donc, allons-y broccoli. Cette vidéo c'est en anglais. This video is in English because nobody French responded to the first video, especially not orange. So let's get the telephone out of the way first, and then we'll talk about something interesting. So, in case you're new to the party, my telephone line basically fell down on the 24th of February. Wasn't even a storm. And then Orange promised me that my line would be fixed on the 3rd of March. That didn't happen. On the 3rd of March, they sent me a text message telling me that my line would be fixed by the 11th of March. That didn't happen. Then on the 12th of March, they sent me a text message saying I will have a telephone fixed by the 20th of March. That didn't happen. On the 20th of March, they sent me a text message to tell me it would be fixed by the 12th of April, which was the reason for the last video. That didn't happen. Now, interestingly, 2 hours after I uploaded the last video on the 11th, I got a text message and I thought, wow, Orange, incredible. The power of social media, if that's what YouTube is, I don't know. I haven't got a big enough reach. But I naively opened the message and it said, unfortunately, you're not going to have a telephone on the 12th of April. It might be the 21st of April, which is tomorrow. So I'll let you know. So I wanted to just quickly do a video before the 21st, and I'll let you know what happens. Will I get a phone tomorrow? Who knows? And it's not just me, remember. This is 5 villages who now don't have a telephone. And, you know, I'm quite young, believe it or not, compared to the voisinage here. Now, if you're an old lady, you live in a house down the end of a track and you haven't had a phone since the 24th of February, you have no means of contacting the hospital, a doctor, anybody, this is terrible. My personal feeling is Orange are, this is just a theory, it seems to me that Orange seem to be making those with a proper telephone a second-class citizen, so that we will be forced to pay the extra for the fibre optic service that they are rolling out everywhere. I don't want a fibre optic service at this point. On principle, I want the landline that I've been paying for, because Orange is still taking my money. I don't stream TV or any of that. So I'll let you know what happens. Right, that's the boring bit out the way. Now, in accordance with the channel's promise that Like a Snickers has a peanut in every bite, there is armour in every video, I thought I would set the camera up and we'll look at these. This is a collection of weapons from the French Revolution that were found in the cave, the cellar of the Château de Ardouinay, which is about 30 minutes from here. My friends used to live in this place. It's now been bought by Virgin, I believe, although that was 10 years ago, so they might not own it anymore. And these were found in the cellar, along with a mould for cannonballs. That's how we can be sure that this was basically a cache of weapons for the revolution. And these are essentially variations of this, which is a serpe de vigneron, which translates as a wine grower's billhook. And what the French would do is they would take this agricultural weapon or agricultural implement, and they would stick a longer handle on it. This, someone has just put this on a leg from a stool. That's what that is. That's a stool. But they would stick them on really long poles, so that you were always further than a sword's distance away from your opponent. And of course, this weapon hasn't really changed through history. Through the 100 Years' War, this was still the perfect thing for unhooking a cavalryman, snagging his reins just to get him on his back as quick as possible, and then boom. Now, if I turn the camera very carefully, we can see that it was absolutely perfect for getting inside the breastplate underneath the pauldron right there. You could also unhook the pauldron. You could also go down into the bracelet cutter. You could basically completely undress a knight with this weapon. That is why it's perfect. Right, see you on the next video, and I'll let you know if I get a phone. Thank you.